Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever podcast episode of Two Ups, Two Downs, where we talk about all WWE related news. And we're going to do an episode later tonight after Raw, but I found some juicy news online, folks, for all you guys that are interested in the WWE. So check this out. Just breaking news 4 hours ago. Fox Network and WWE closed a massive 5-year, $1 billion deal for Smackdown to be on their network. So, what does that mean for the WWE? Well, it means SmackDown is headed to Fox Network and leaving USA. Now, this news was just broken out 4 hours ago by a Hollywood Reporter, obviously, and it's supposed to it is expected to begin October of next year, which will mark a threefold increase of what NBC Universal is currently paying, which means, you know, SmackDown is going to have a lot of more money rolling their way. Now that means obviously USA Network will no longer have SmackDown on their show. But does that mean they're going to be on Fox Network, or are they going to be on another show that Fox owns? Another network that Fox owns? That's the real question. And, how do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about them switching up? Because throughout all the years I've been watching wrestling, since early 2000, 2001, you know, SmackDown has been jumping around a lot of ships. You know, when I first started watching them, they were on the CW network. Or no, it was CW network. And then they moved to Sci-Fi. And then they bounced from Sci-Fi to USA Network. And now they're moving to Fox Network. I mean, looks like SmackDown's just it's really crazy. They're jumping around SmackDown a lot, but I don't really see them moving around Monday Night Raw. You know, there was a time when I first started watching wrestling. It was on Spike TV. And then they moved back to the USA Network. Now, only SmackDown is jumping to Fox Network. Monday Night Raw is staying on the USA Network. But does this mean that Fox is going to give them an extra hour of airtime for SmackDown? Are we going to have two shows that are 3 hours long? And you know, what does this do? What does this have in store for the WWE universe? Now, usually on this podcast channel, Two Ups and Two Downs, we would be going on every Monday night and every Tuesday night. And Monday and Tuesday nights, after every episode of Raw and SmackDown, I would come on here, or I will be coming on here, and I will be asking, I will be giving you guys my 2 ups for the show, what I like, the two things I liked about the show, and the 2 things I didn't like about the show. You know what I mean? And you guys can give me your 2 ups and your 2 downs in the chats. Let me know what you thought about the show, what you did and did not like about the show. You know, all you diehard WWE wrestling fans in general. And who knows? This might not just be for WWE. 2 ups and 2 downs. If we get a little bit bigger and we get more of a fan base, we might cover TNA. Or they're not even TNA no more. They're Impact Wrestling. We might cover New Japan Wrestling. Might cover ROH Wrestling. You know, but right now we're just sticking with WWE. We're going to stick with old Vinny boy, you know, and so with all these changes being made to SmackDown, Paige being the new general manager, Daniel Bryan going back to wrestling, Shane McMahon taking a leave, and now they're moving to Fox Network. What does that have in store for SmackDown? I mean, a lot of stuff really happens on SmackDown. They really shake it up a lot. And I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh, it's just a publicity stunt. Well, if it's a publicity stunt, they're doing a damn good job at it. Tell you that much. But $1 billion, a $1 billion deal for SmackDown for 5 years. So what does that mean after the 5 years is up, folks? Does that mean that they're going to jump with another 5 years, or are we going to see them back on USA Network? That's my main thing. What's going to happen after these 5 years? You know, and obviously Vince didn't like how NBC was having SmackDown only 2 hours. They even tried to bump it up, I believe, at one point to 3 hours. They were thinking about bumping it up for that long, but NBC didn't want to pay the extra cost for it to be bumped up an extra hour. But you know what? We'll bump up Monday Night Raw, though. That's what they said, you know. In other news, let's see what else we got, you know. Let's see what I can find while I'm searching the web for more things about WWE, you know what I mean? Alright, so okay, so let me read this, because this is a little bit of information that like I said, I just saw this I saw it 20 minutes ago, and 20 minutes ago, and I literally jumped on Spreaker and just started recording, because this was big news to me. How the $1 billion SmackDown Live to Fox deal could legitimize the WWE brand split in 2019. Well, so the positive news the positive news in the business of WWE has become par for the course of the WWE stock, which has hit a record of $59.45 per share on Monday, continues to rise in a historical fashion, which is true due to the fact that they're making so many changes to these shows now, and it's crazy. Well, but like I said, I just wanted to hop on the podcast a little bit earlier than what we would regularly do. Like I said, we hop on the podcast, two ups, 2 downs podcast. We hop on that at every end of the episode of Monday Night Raw and every episode of end of Tuesday Night SmackDown. Just to see what you guys like, the 2 things you liked about the show and 2 things you didn't like about the show. We want your feedback. We want your perspectives, and But with that being said, I want to leave you guys on one note with the 5 minutes left on this podcast that I have. The one note I want to leave you guys, or the one question I want to leave you guys is, Alright, so do you think, and I want to see all the answers in the chat later today, do you think WWE should continue to try to push Roman Reigns? If so, tell me why in the comments, in the chat. If not, tell me why in the chat. Me personally, I liked Roman Reigns in the beginning, but they've pushed him and pushed him and pushed him to where now we need someone new. We have all this new talent that's coming on the main rosters, and they're not pushing them, but they'll be damned if they don't push, The Rock's nephew, I believe it is. But old big Dwayne Johnson's got a little money to spread around. That way Roman Reigns can keep getting pushed and keep falling on his face. But and then what do you guys think about Bobby Lashley being back? What do you guys think about Roman Reigns? I mean, not Roman Reigns. Brock Lesnar still holding the WWE title. What do you think about a lot of stuff, Ronda Rousey signing to WWE. I guess they just figured, CM Punk went over to UFC. We're going to take one of UFC's, Ronda Rousey's, and take her to put her on WWE. We need a replacement, I guess. That's what they were thinking. And the main question that I want to know, that I want answered, is it time? Is it time for The Undertaker to hang up his hat and his gloves for good? The Undertaker is hitting his mid-50s, if not almost 60s. He's got a bad hip. Is it time? But with that being said, we will see you guys I will talk to you guys in 8 to 9 hours. And I want to know what your 2 ups of the shows were and your 2 downs of the shows. And I want to know how you feel about this podcast. And I want to know how you feel about this $1 billion deal that WWE just landed with Fox to get Smackdown aired on Fox for 5 years. That's crazy. I thought I'd just show you it here or talk to you about it here first. But with that being said, I will talk to you guys later tonight. And enjoy the rest of your day.